Hello, all my TWU 55 members here at Midway. Welcome back to the Quick Question Podcast. I am your host, Eric Perez. I am one of your alternate union reps for the station, alongside my co-host, Hugo Valles, your safety rep for the station. Hugo.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Hugo. Let's get this thing going. I want to talk about the letters you guys have been getting in the mail and probably have no clue what it's about that you're voting on. You probably just left it to the side or probably didn't give a shit about it, but actually it's something. It's for our 27th International TWU Convention. All right, guys. So what this is that we're voting delegates to go over there. It's a week-long convention, and these delegates, actually, there's 59 delegates throughout our whole TWU 555 union. The board's going to take a good amount of them. I think they're taking 14 spots, and the other 45 are divided among the rest of us. It's 5 per district. There's 9 districts, and 5 of them are voted in, actually. So I know you guys got some people that we're going to vote in. We're going to get to those in a minute. But what these guys do is they're going to represent our local, and they're going to go down there and they vote on proclamations, bylaw changes, and TWU International officer elections. There's also a lot of things they also do. What the international does. They're good on political aspects. They're going to be down there. There's going to be a lot of vendors for our insurances. But what do the international TW do for us? What is the international TW? Well, they're more like how can I put it? They're more like our parents. Pretty much, okay. If we ever have a problem, we're going to go to them for something. We do things among ourselves, but if there's things that we need help with and we need their help with, we will call on them to help us. They actually helped us with our negotiations in the last contract. I don't think anybody, if you didn't know that, they actually helped us with it. So we needed help for that. They also provide legal service for us to earn this. We got to pay them a certain amount of money per year for their services. But again, they're a big help when we need them. So again, when we do that, when we go down there, we do find resolutions to our concerns within our local. There's all the locals are going to have their concerns, but we'll have our own. Again, there are guest speakers, and they also have a veteran committee to help. And people will help donate them. But yeah, it's a week-long event, and you'll be voting on the people that go down there. And so I imagine you guys see that there's about maybe 10 people that you can vote on. What we're asking is that you help vote some of these guys, and obviously we want to vote in our station rep Wally Matties. So if you would, you get to vote for 5 out of the 10, and we're asking that you vote for Wally Matties, Chalmers Tyler, Kenya Rawlings, Marvell Hicks, which is our ops. He's our ops union rep. Very good guy. You guys all know Kenya, obviously, in Chalmers. But the one that you guys are not going to know that we're trying to promote is Evan Swords. He's our Nashville station rep. Now, why you probably be asking, hey, why are we promoting somebody else from another station? Well, the thing is, it's not just this is TWU, guys. It's the union. This is totally something we all have to help with.
It's even bigger now.
Yes,
so.
Wally is our assistant district rep. For our district. So he actually gets to meet he gets to meet all the station reps from the district, and he really wants to promote Evan Swords. He is the station rep over there in Nashville, so he's a great guy, and there's things that he promotes for Wally. So if he's promoting us down there, we're going to promote for him down, up here. And we're not against each other. We try to help each other, especially Nashville's they're getting as big as us
they're getting
now.
Bigger now.
Yeah, so. They're getting bigger. They're getting as big as us, but they don't have the program that we have here at Midway. That we have the kind of relationship we have with the management, and he's working on it, doing a pretty good job that I'm hearing from Wally. But Wally is helping him get better, and we would like to actually help him get down there to Vegas. So if you guys would like, please help us out and vote for Evan Swords, okay? Besides the other 4 from Midway. Obviously, Marvell Hicks is the ops rep. Kenya Rawlings, we all know she's our alternate rep. Chalmers Tyler's our alternate rep, and you're going to see more of Kenya and Chalmers, a lot more. We've been getting them offline. We're trying to train them to be our future reps. But this will be a great experience for them. Wally has gone down there before. He knows what he's doing. He wants to show these guys what's going on down there. So again, we would like to, all you guys, if just please, I know it sucks, open up those letters and vote for those 5 people. Wally Matties, Chalmers Tylers, Kenya Rawlings, Marvell Hicks, and Evan Swords.
I actually met Evan. He came down to Midway.
Yeah, he did.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he did, because they were training him how we do our grievances. Grievance process and all our fact findings, just so they know that we work great here. But yeah, so again, it's for our 27th International TWU Convention. So what do I get from Q? I didn't get much. We got the locker updates. Again, here we go.
Another locker
Now,
updates.
the guys start getting your shit out. Start getting your shit out now. It's going to happen next week. It's going to happen in the week of what is it? August 11th, somewhere between August 11th and August 16th. All right, so I know you guys might listen today or tomorrow, but again, guess why I'm giving you the dates. They're going to start sometime next week between August 11th and August 16th. Start taking your stuff out. I know you guys are noticing blue tape on there. We have no idea what it's for, but they're the ones who put it on there, so I think it's coming soon.
Those are the ones they're going to cut out and replace.
Get your
first.
shit. They're going to replace all of them. All of the women's locker room.
One.
Yeah, it's phase one. They're going to do the big locker room. They're going to do the little locker room by the comms, and they're going to obviously do the women's locker room. They're going to do all of them. So get your stuff out. Start getting your stuff out. The next one would be headquarters. I know you guys seen some people walking around here from headquarters. It's the ground ops standards team. They're actually observing our transfers and locals. Actually, we're doing such a great job with how our process works here that they just want to kind of mimic and just take some notes on how they can improve over wherever they in the bigger stations like Baltimore, Houston, Vegas. So yeah, that's where they're here. You guys are really actually doing a good job with the transfers and locals. Pat yourselves on the back. So I mean,
good job, guys.
Midway's been known to check out known for a lot of the things that we do, and when they come here, they actually
especially our stacks.
Yeah. So. But yeah, pretty much. I have one about what's called telemetry, but I think Hugo is going to dive into that a little bit more. Hugo, what you got?
Well, okay. On August 11th, the new seatbelt system goes online with at least 20 to 25% of the belt loaders and power stoves being affected. Now, if you don't put on your seatbelt, it's gonna go to not a crawl, but it will go like 8 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's as far as 8 miles per hour. They're telling us.
Now the electric tugs have the system installed and they'll go online further down, in time in the future at a future date.
Oh, well, for what? The belt loaders or the tug? Oh, you said the tugs.
I said electric tugs.
Okay, tugs. That's coming.
And right now, I just retrieved one of the diesel tugs, and now they're putting that system in there as well. When they go online, who knows? But we gotta see what happens with the butt loaders. And see if it, everything works out.
That'll be fully 100% by next Friday, by August. What they said, August. What the hell is Friday? Next August 16th. No, August 15th. 15th. Yeah, August 15th. They're all belt loaders and power stores will be online. Yeah.
One of those days.
Yeah, yeah. What else you got, Hugo?
Well, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the belt loaders and power stores are having their chocks moved to the rear. The reason for that is because they have been, running over some of the chocks as well. I don't know how and why, but they are, and they're actually messing up the steering knuckle or the steering spindle, which is a component in the vehicle suspension and steering system. It actually helps, the tug. It's a pivot point for the wheel, so when you turn, it supports the weight of the vehicle, and it absorbs the road impacts. So when that breaks, it messes up the whole thing, and they've already worked on like 3 or 4 of them, which had that damage.
Okay.
Back to you.
Oh no, go ahead, keep going, buddy.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Keep going.
Okay. Hey, we will be receiving training on new tow bars. New tow bars will be coming in. They actually have the first one. I went to go see it. It's a weird tow bar. You're gonna have to jack it up, and then there's a latch to it. It's gonna be a process. But they said it's a better tow bar to both push out to 700, 800, whatever, and 800 max. And it's supposed to serve the purpose better than the original tow bar we have.
And those of you who've actually worked in, before Southwest, actually worked for other airlines or in the airport itself, I'm pretty sure you saw it in the other. I know United has them. I think Delta has them too. I mean, they all have them, right?
Most of them have them by now.
Yeah.
They have all types of tow bars too. So.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What can we talk about for me? All right. Let's start with attendance letters. All right. So we're getting a lot of people attendance letters for points. Actually, people are saying, "Hey, look, how am I getting this letter when I didn't get a letter for this many points?" Blah blah. Okay. You only get 3 letters when it comes to points, and they only come at certain times. So once you hit or pass 1, you're going to get your letter of instruction. Once you hit or pass 3, you're going to get your letter of warning. Once you hit or pass 5, you're going to get your final letter of warning. And then after that, of course, once you hit 6, you're terminated. So now there's so many things that can happen with the points and the letters you get. So suppose you're at 0 and you no-show and you get to 2. Well, you're going to get your letter of instruction. All right. Now, sometimes they do make a mistake. When they make a mistake, obviously that goes away. Now, just because you get it at 2 doesn't mean that you're going to get one at 4. And so if you go to 3, then you get a letter at 3, and then you won't get one at 4. But if you no-show at 2 and it brings you to 4, yeah, that's when you're going to get your letter of warning. Now, if you just go one by one, if you start at 0 and you go to 1, you call in sick, you go to 1, then you're going to get a letter at 1. And then if you call in sick again, maybe the week after, then you're not going to get anything for 2. You will not get nothing for 2 because you already got something at 1. And then, of course, if you get sick again a month down the line, when if you don't wait the 90 days and you get really sick and you go to 3, then, of course, you're going to get your letter of instruction. And then if you do it again, of course, you go to 4, you're not going to get it because you already got it at 3. And then again, if you go to 5, you get your final letter of warning, and then obviously 6. Now, what happens, we also have what's called rapid accumulation. Suppose you're at 0 and you no-show today, and then you call in sick tomorrow. That brings you to 3. Now, does that mean they give you a letter of warning? No. Because you didn't get your letter of instruction, you had rapid accumulation of points, they got to give you the letter of instruction at 3. Now, in order for them to term you, all 3 letters have to be valid and have to be in your file before they can actually term you. Now, if you were to drop out of the letter status, suppose you got 3 and they gave you your letter of instruction, they gave you a letter of warning, and they gave you both of those because you passed 1 and 3, and then you come all the way back down to 0 or -1, and then you work your way back up, well, then they got to reissue you those letters every time. Every time you go back down and come back up, they have to reissue those letters. And of course, just remember that they don't have to give them to you at every point. They're going to give them to you once you hit or pass 1, hit or pass 3, or hit or pass 5. You only get 3 letters between 1 and 5 points. All right, Hugo. What you got?
I got 2 letters for you.
Yeah.
F you.
Shut up and keep going.
All right, sorry.
Crack open this beer right now.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you know what? We're off the clock. I'm at home. I'm drinking.
Same here.
What else you got?
Buddy.
Salud, buddy. We should be doing this afterwards, but why not now? Could you drink less disgusting?
No.
Go ahead.
Snowplows. They have actually been working on the diesels that are going to be converted into snowplows. They got 1 knocked out. They're going to take 4 more. We're going to have 5 for us, and they're actually going to have 1 for them at GSC because they claim that we don't clean for them, but that's not true. We give them 1 pass here.
GSC?
GSE.
Oh, GSE, not GSC.
No, not GSC.
GSE.
So yeah, you're going to be converting those diesels into snow plows, and they're already starting on that. And the vehicle's lug nuts are being torqued to spec once again. Following that Atlanta incident where the agent got ejected out of the tug.
Yikes!
So they've had a mass message to everybody in the system saying, check those lug nuts, retorque them. And on our side, if you see any missing lug nuts, please let us know. Tag it out. We do our checks every month, and we actually do check for the lug nuts as well because we had those incidents at Midway where we had to take those that came from St. Louis back. So,
yikes!
Make sure you're checking those lug nuts. So, I want to thank everybody for reporting aircraft damage out there. A lot of people have been doing that job correctly. Plane comes in, they spot these gashes and scratches, and they report it. And that's a good thing. You don't feel bad about it. I know the pilots get pissed off. I know the aircraft maintenance gets pissed off. Like, you got to go back out there and check the plane, put a plate on it. It's fine. Do your job. That's what they want you to do, and you're doing it. And I want to give props to everybody who has been doing that. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. I'm going to start talking. Well, I'm going to be real quick. It's safety. It's actually not union, but I had a concern from one of our agents. Like I told you guys before, if you guys want to have any concern that you want us to put out there for the agents, come look for me and Hugo. We'll definitely put it on for you, especially if it's a concern that we need to actually address to all the agents. This one would be for driving. fast in the gate area. Okay, guys, now look, man, it's walking speed in the gate area. It's literally walking speed because you have too many people. It's small enough as it is. It's small enough as it is, and you're trying to get in and out as fast as you can, and it's not what this is about. All right, you're just delivering your bags or whatever you got to do as a trans driver, local driver, T-point, whoever you are. Slow down in the gate area. People just change their mind quickly, go from one way to the other. You know what I mean? And you guys still got Provo. You got the fuelers. You got the agents, and you got on the way they're transfer dispatching. They're putting 50 guys, for 50 bags on flights, and it's you have so many guys at the gates area, and you got guys dropping off bags, picking up bags.
Yeah, it's bad enough it's congested out there.
Yeah,
so.
Slow down. Slow down. I know we all want to get back to the break room. We all want to get out of the sun, get out of the heat. But the fact is that that's your job. Your job is to be outside, and the reason why the rules are there is to keep us safe. Remember, you're not driving your car. You're not driving your car. You're driving a big cast iron steel machine that will not give and will crush through everything in its path.
Right.
I promise you, it will destroy everything in its path. So, and you imagine if you hit somebody. Or hit somebody else with a tug. And when two cast iron steel monsters hit each other, it's even worse.
Right.
So, you guys do not want to get that, and somebody had a major concern. Just, when it comes to the gate area, slow down. Now, if you're on the VSR, and obviously these tugs don't go, they're governed to like 15 miles an hour, I think. Yeah. So if you want to be on the VSR, you want to drive that fast that way, fine, you know what I mean? But just keep an eye out. But once you get inside the gate area, slow down.
Slow down.
Please slow down. Because again, you really don't know where people are going to be going. You don't know where they're going to be coming out of. You don't know what's going to happen, so just watch yourselves.
Right, folks. It's, just do your job efficient and safely.
Yes.
The most important part.
All right, Hugo, what you got?
I got one last thing from GSC is they're asking to stop putting the bags on the side, on the right side, or the passenger side of the diesel tugs, because they are destroying the filter sensors, and those things are very important for the function of the tug.
Oh, actually, they're not supposed to be putting bags. That's another concern. Is that they're not supposed to be putting bags on a tug at all?
They're not, because that's written. And there's been a lot of accidents that happened where the bag falls. It fell on a brake. They couldn't brake, and they got into an accident. That's why we can't have any of our personal stuff in the tugs.
Yes. So please, guys, not just your bags, but don't put passenger bags on. No, you can't. You can't put that on there. That could be written up for it. Okay, guys.
And we've had an incident where they had a bag and it caused an accident because they were in the driver's seat. It was not supposed to be.
All right, Hugo, what you got? Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, for me, the last thing for us would be, because we're running out of time, is lunches. How do lunches work?
You sit down and eat them.
Yeah, you sit down and eat, guys. That's all you got to do. You know what I mean? Okay, so now there's an addition to this contract when it comes to lunches. Everything is the same except there's a little additional part to it. So lunches start for full timers. They start between your fourth hour and your sixth hour. So when does your fourth hour start? Okay, so if you're 6 o'clock, suppose 6 o'clock in the morning, okay, it's your fourth hour. People will think, well, that's 10 o'clock. And that's not. It's not 10 o'clock. Mm-mm. It's when your fourth hour starts. So at 6 o'clock, your first hour starts. At 7 o'clock, your second hour starts. At 8 o'clock, your third hour starts. At 9 o'clock, that's when your fourth hour starts. So your lunch begins in your fourth hour. So if you're 6 o'clock, at 9 o'clock starts your lunch. And it has to be finished by the end of the sixth hour. So it'll be for full-timers, I'm pretty sure that is 12 o'clock. So it'll be 1 o'clock. They got to be finished by 12:59.
Right.
Okay, it'll be finished by 12:59 if I'm correct, or is it 11:59?
That's if you're correct.
That's if I'm correct. And you know what? It's funny because I have the picture right in front of me, and I'm not even looking at it.
Yeah, why don't we just do that instead of giving false information?
Shut up! You should have.
I don't think they have my beer here.
And then, isn't it like this is good too? Actually. So yeah, and this guy didn't give me all the time. So
okay,
yeah, that sucks.
Eat whatever you want, folks.
Yeah, just eat when you want. So the best way to put it, okay, suppose you start at 1 o'clock, 1300. Okay, it starts at 4 o'clock, and yes, you have to be done by 6:59. So it's between your fourth hour, fifth hour, and your sixth hour. So if you start at 1 o'clock, your lunch starts at 4 o'clock, and it has to be fulfilled by 6:59. Now, if it goes past that time and you haven't had your full lunch yet, then that's called a late lunch. Now, what happens if you look between, in your lunch, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have any time, and they're about to give me another flight. So what's added to the contract is if they don't give you a lunch in between the lunch hours and they give you another flight, what you can tell them now is you will go to your soup and say, hey, I'm going to finish this flight, but after this, I'm taking my lunch. And yes, they have to honor it now. But you have to let them know. You just can't sit there, and just take it without even telling nobody. No. You have to make sure, hey, look, you guys are making me work in my lunch. That's fine. But after this flight that you just assigned me, once it's finished, I'm taking my lunch. And they have to honor it. If they don't honor it, if they say, no, we're working you through it. No, that's when you get a rep, because it specifically states in the contract after you let them know that you're taking your lunch after that because they're making you work past your lunch. That's only if they're making you work past your lunch. Now, if it's in between your lunch, they say, okay, you could take your lunch after this flight, and you got a good break, then yeah, obviously you'll take your lunch after that. But if it looks like you can't have a lunch within those hours, then you go to your soup and say, hey, look, this is running through my lunch. That flight was the last flight that was assigned to me. After that flight, I'm going to lunch, and they have to honor it. Now, for part-timers, how does it work for part-timers? All right, part-timers is pretty much if it's your 2 hours in the middle of your shift. Okay, so if you start at 6 o'clock, your lunch starts at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Your lunch starts at 8:15 and has to be done by 10:45. So if they don't have it by then obviously that's a late lunch or no lunch if you don't have a lunch at all. And they're doing that a lot with part-timers. If they're not giving you guys lunches, you guys need to let us know. No lunches, pretty much, they can work you through your lunch, but it's not every day. Okay, that's not how it works. All right, if you're gonna work me through my lunch, it's because it's a rare event, and there's a regular ops and it's just a rare event, and then you work me through my lunch, and I'll take the no lunch. But if this starts happening every day, that's wrong.
Right.
And in order for us to help, we need that information because we don't know. Because a lot of guys are getting their lunches. I usually get my lunch. I know Hugo, you usually get your lunch.
Sure.
So a lot of guys get their lunches, but those select few that are not getting them, we need to know about them because we need to address it if it keeps happening every day. So remember that for part-timers, it's between after your first 2.5 hours and 15 minutes. That's when your lunch starts. For full-timers, it's when your 4th hour begins, and then it's until your 6th hour ends. And if they don't have it by then it's a late lunch, and if they don't have lunch at all, that's a no lunch. All right, but you got to let us know. All right. Hugo, anything else for us?
Nope, that's it for me.
That's it for me. So, Hugo, can you give us something these guys can watch while they're waiting for their flights?
You know what? I just watched a film called The Phoenician... Oh, yes, Phoenician Scheme. Sorry.
The Phoenician Scheme?
I almost drew a blank there, yes. It's pretty interesting. It's the same creator who did the Budapest Motel, the Grand Budapest Motel.
That was a good movie.
That was a pretty good movie. And this one is, it's kind of on par with that. It's that movie was odd, so this movie is going to be odd too. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty funny, and a lot of stars are, in it as well. Nice.
All right. For me, I have two. Only because one's for the nerds. That's nerds like me. I used to watch wrestling. Don't really watch wrestling anymore, but it sometimes entertains me. That shocks me to a couple things. But it's called Unreal. It's on Netflix. It pretty much takes you behind the scenes on how they create how they create the illusion.
Yeah.
It's actually really cool. It's actually what they do, and how some guys, they're not praying to win a championship. They're praying not to get hurt. That's the thing. Some guys, they lose and you think they're pissed off because they lost. No, they're pissed off because they got hurt. So, and then there's a lot of things that happen in the background and with contract negotiations and a few things and how shit works. And it's a pretty cool show. I got 2 more episodes left, and so far it's really good. The other one I'm going to promote. The other show I have, I'm going to promote it again. It's called Dark Matter. It's on Apple TV. I can't get enough of this show. I love this show.
I still haven't watched it.
You still got to watch that show, man. So pretty much a guy...
It's on my list.
Yeah, a guy creates a box you go into, and you can go to any alternate universe in your life. And he had a choice to either become the scientist that he is, that created the box, or he had a choice to stay with the girl that he fell in love with. And he chose the scientist part, and he lost the girl. And now he wants to see what his life would be like if he chose the girl. So he switches himself out with that guy. He kidnaps the guy, knocks him out, he puts him in his universe. Oh. Yeah, and then the guy in his universe is like, wait a minute, I don't want to be here. This is not my life. I don't even like this universe. Where's my wife who doesn't even love me? And while the other guy is just reaping the benefits of, the life that he's always wanted. And the other guy's got to try to find his way back to that universe. And then the box itself doesn't just take you to, the universe. You got to find it. And obviously, there's this infinity, onto the multiverse. He's got to find a way back. And you guys, it's based in Chicago, and it tells you, he goes through a lot of universes where, there's,
nice.
Where it's sickness, there's a deep freeze, the meteor strikes. It goes through a lot. It's very interesting. But again, it's a very good show. I recommend it to you guys.
Cool.
All right. So that's our show for this week. Again, guys, it's every other week. Again, it's our Quick Question podcast. I am your host, Eric Perez, alongside my co-host, Hugo Valles. Hugo.
Everybody, make sure you spread the word. Let them know that, listen to us. You listen to us in the bathroom. Listen to us in the bedroom. Listen to us on the drive, home. But thank you for listening in. And like always, stay safe out there.
Take care, guys.
Signing off.